That's a flamethrower. Which is proof that someone once said, I'd really like to set that guy on fire, but
Way
I
over
just
there.
won't let me close enough.
Hey everyone, today on the G3 Boardroom we are going to be starting a 3-part series playing the game My Father's Work. Now the reason we're doing that is this game is a bit of a heavier lift, it takes a little bit longer to play, and it is very neatly divided into 3 sections. So hey, if you want to sit down and watch all 3 of these videos back to back, go for it. But
We could use the watch time. Yeah.
but we're going to be dividing these into, like I said, a 3-part series. Now, basically, the game is you are descendants, sons, daughters of a mad scientist, and you are continuing your father's work. And I think that we're playing here, the cost of disease, sort of the scenario. Now, this is an app-driven game. We're not going to get into all the app stuff with you guys because we don't want to spoil a lot of things.
We're going to do our best. We're going to do our best.
Yeah. There's some times where you're going to hear some of the app doing some things. We're going to try to keep that to a minimum. But basically, the flavor text, the setup for this one is we've got, was it yellow fever?
Yeah.
Yeah, yellow fever has stricken our kind of
Townburg.
little the city of Townburg. It's not a great city, but we
It's the
kind of
best
are.
we got.
We're sort of the aristocrats, and we have this, kind of a big mansion, and the church wants us to help the townsfolk with the yellow fever, and the best way to battle any kind of disease is by giving money.
Catapulting money at it.
Catapult money at it. But we have sort of said, we'd love to help, but we're not going to give you money. We're gonna go back here and work on it ourselves in our secret mansion that may or may not have a lair in it. And so the Catholic Church or the
Conveniently
church
located next to the graveyard or supply store.
It doesn't specifically say Catholic.
well, it didn't say bishop.
It's a diocese, so
Diocese. Okay, well the
Diocese.
the church in town isn't too happy about us doing it on our own, but they don't have much of a choice.
Now, if we donate the church money, we are going to, we're going to get some love for that, I'm sure, at some
Yes.
point. I think it does say in the thing, whoever gets the most of those heart things is going to get extra 5 victory points.
So you get the hearts by donating to the church.
And completing these special cards that were also given out with the setup for cost of disease. So, and now in this game, there are actually 3 different stories, and each one of these stories has 8 different endings, depending on what you do. So, I honestly don't know. I mean, we could fund the church. If we don't fund the church, I'm sure we're going to end up with a completely different story. But the one we're playing is Cost of Disease. They come in these nice little boxes, and that's what we're doing. And it's all set up and ready to go. We're going to play 3 rounds. That's everybody exhaust all their actions. And then we're going to play 3 generations. And at the end of the first round, there's going to be some more story and something else to do, I'm sure.
So we're going to be gaining victory points by performing these experiments, gathering the stuff we need, and then performing the experience. You get victory points. When you, gain hearts, you get victory points. There's certain rooms you can add on to your estate, and some of those rooms give you more victory points at certain times. So there's various ways to get scoring in this game, and those will come out as we go along.
Right.
So into the app, we've put in our name of our town and our names, and then the app will come up with a randomly determined starting player. Is it
It's you again.
Okay. It seems I'm always the first player when we play this game.
it's always the oldest, right?
It is, yeah. I think so.
Oh boy.
I don't know how to determine that. We had to take a picture of each guy. And that's the guy. Looks like the craziest mad scientist in the group, I suppose.
I'll give him
Good
that.
cop to that. All right.
Cop to that.
So you go ahead and go. Do your thing. Oh, we didn't. We got to start. So,
Yes.
start of generation. Draw a card from A, B, and C decks.
So the A, B, and C decks is all experiments, each one a little bit harder, C being the hardest. And as you go through these experiments, you'll need to gather certain things from town to do them. When you get to the B experiments and the C experiments, not only do you need a bunch of resources from the town, but you also need a completed A experiment for the B and completed B experiments to complete the C. So There's kind of stacking.
Yeah,
of
it stacks
there.
up. And then for your masterwork, I don't know if you already said that, you need like everything.
Yeah, the masterwork
Everything
is,
everywhere all at once.
yeah, it's one experiment that gives you massive victory points, and you need to dump everything on it. You don't need to finish the masterwork to win the game, but
It sure does help.
it's going to help, yeah. Anytime you get a massive amount of points, it's going to help.
Right. So this is a competitive game, which means we're going to be quiet. So at this point here, I'd like to say, hit like, hit subscribe, comment at the bottom if you played this game, if you enjoyed it. I enjoy this one. I've played it quite a bit. But yeah, like, subscribe, comment. It really helps the channel. We appreciate you.
It's not going to be completely quiet. We're constantly going to be at each other.
We're going to be constantly...
Yeah.
Go!
Yeah, it'll be things like that as
turn.
opposed to the
Are you done yet?
smiling, happy things that you normally get.
Oh, yeah.
So
Right.
Jay, you're done then, Bob? It's your turn.
Speaking of smiley happy. Okay, so I'm going to look at my...
Don't forget the start of a round.
Start around.
Well, actually, also the storage said.
Yep.
The start of the generation.
So start a generation. We each get a resource of our choice. I'm going to take a coffin.
I'll take a coffin too, please.
There you go.
Yes, and I'm taking
The
a
coffin.
coffin also. Now the coffins are good thing to have because you could go get them yourself, but in order to get them, you have to go to the cemetery. Which, if you go to the cemetery, the townspeople think you're creepy. And there's actually a little
factor,
icon on there that when you go to there, you move up the creep-o-meter.
Yeah, and the mob gets closer to you too if you go there. I mean, it's a double whammy.
Yeah.
Oh.
And if you progress down far enough on the creepometer and the angry
Creep
mob moving this way, and you meet, then bad things happen.
That stuff. Yeah. That
So
stuff.
yeah.
And mocking.
And the
Yes, don't
mocking.
forget the
Yes,
mocking.
the mocking.
For a moment, I thought he said Angry Bob.
Angry Bob.
You don't want Angry Bob after you, that's for sure.
Okay, so what else do we have to do before
We each get $3.
Start of a round.
Oh yeah, $3. 3 coins.
3 coins and a fountain.
There, Bob.
Thank you, sir. Last time I'll be kind to you.
Thank you.
Let's do this.
The last act of kindness you shall receive. And then it says draw a card from any available deck. So Jason's your first. Choose.
I'm just gonna go with an A. Those are pretty easy. Let's make things easy on myself to start. And it worked out. It's a different type of experiment. There's 4 types of experiments that you can do. And
I'll also take. Oh, what do you want, Bob?
I'll take an A.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
oh, I'm loving this. I got 4 experiments, 1 of each type.
That's great.
I played this game before where the game tells you you need to do a biology experiment, but all I've got is occult or chemistry.
I've got magical properties of hair.
Trade ya.
Again. All right, you're up.
And some of these, we're going to read some of these experiments as we go along. They're pretty funny.
Yeah.
This game is well designed. A lot of thought put into it. A lot of kind of wry and dry humor in here.
Also, I don't think we've covered it yet. We did all randomly draw a masterwork at the beginning. I have a giant spider chariot.
Bob, what did you get?
Right or wrong?
Teleportation.
Oh, teleportation. I thought
Yeah.
mine was going to be the hardest. I simply have to perfect immortality.
Oh.
Yeah, no problem.
Not so easy.
Out of all these, mine is like most feasible.
It's easy.
Yeah, I gotta learn to create like a wormhole or
Is that the
something
big-
with
the big spider
1800s
from-
tech.
The big spider from Wild Wild West.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
that's what I was
better
guessing
because
for.
that movie was bad.
Yes. Okay, so we've done all of our
There's a
pre-setup.
story behind the
for
big
the-
spider. I'll tell it to you later.
Okay.
Yeah, not when I'm around. I don't like spiders. All right, so I don't want to jump the gun here. Have we done everything we need to do before the start of the generation round, etc.?
Generation is done. Start round is done. Take actions now.
Okay, you act now.
Too slow.
Okay, well, I think what I'm going to do is I need to start gathering myself
Do something.
some stuff. Now I'm going to move my spouse on into the city, and I want her to go to the park. Now at the park, you gain a
Chemical.
It's a chemical. It's a vial of a clear liquid or not a clear liquid, a clear gas that I bought from someone who was selling them online.
Snake oil.
Someone was filling this with a clear gas and selling it online. So I bought that, and that was about
Todd's turn.
Okay.
Too slow.
I'm gonna go to town
Okay.
builder's office.
Okay.
And I'm going to buy the
builder?
servant's quarters.
Oh, boo.
Bob's going to town over there. Oh shoot! I forgot to check the buildings. That's not.
That one's good. What does it say?
Once per generation.
Once
A
per
servant.
generation, Bob can get an extra servant.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Whoa!
So I snagged that right away.
Yeah.
You done, Bob?
I am.
I'm going to send my me
I mean.
to graveyard.
So up on the creepometer, and the
Oh, this
angry
was-
mob
Damn
gets
insanity.
closer.
The Cliffs of Insanity.
Does the insanity go up? I only see the
No,
creep
the,
in the mob.
Oh,
creeping
no,
mob.
I guess my...
Yeah, you're okay.
yeah.
Yep. Sorry. I didn't look at it. I'm going to put it right back on top.
I shouldn't
Go
be
ahead,
helping you. It's competitive.
Yeah.
That helps you. Those are worth 2 points apiece.
Oh, that's true.
I'm actually going to send my caretaker to do this experiment. I've got stimulative research. Created the superior cup of coffee. Strong notes of almond, plum, and various chemicals around the lab. All right, so I'm going to perform this action. It takes me my vial of clear gas to do it,
And 1 point.
and I get 1 victory point for that. And I also get 2 of these blue chemistry resources.
Y'all good?
I am all good.
You go.
Yugo?
You go.
You go.
Who's Hugo?
Remember the Yugoslavian vehicle, the Yugo?
You go, yeah.
It was like $18 to buy one. I think.
Yeah.
Right.
So I need my main guy to only do 1, right?
Yeah.
Inside the estate, yeah. The main guy does 2 things out in the town.
Yeah, I'll move him out here and get a gear.
2 gears.
2 gears.
It's your main guy.
Oh, that's right. Thank you.
You good?
I'm good.
All right. I am going to go here with my caretaker. I'm going to do magical properties of hair. Spend a coffin. Do a thing. I get 2 occult.
Nice. Is there anywhere to get any place to get a cult on the board in town?
Yes. Right here.
Okay.
I get 2 occult and go a little bit crazy. Not all the way crazy, but some, don't mind if I do.
Like
No
Prince
beer,
said,
no
like
TV.
Prince said, let's go a little bit crazy.
You're up.
Okay, my turn. So those things that are there that are worth 2, what are they, please?
Chamber, which is gain 1 ingredient at the start of each generation.
Mm-hmm.
Gain 1 ingredient. So you get 1 right away, and then at the start of each generation you get 1.
Okay.
Secret entrance, which is gain an additional $1 at the start of each round.
I'm going to buy that secret entrance. So I'm going to send my me to the building place, and it costs me 2. Now, normally it would also cost me money to put it into my mansion, but your first 3 additions to your estate are free. Then it starts costing you money to build them.
And this is the new one. It says Scenic Overlook, once per generation, as a free action, record knowledge, paying all normal costs.
And also this one here has a little creepometer, so my guy goes up 1 on the creepometer.
Go there, creepometer.
Yeah, because I guess anytime you put a secret entrance in your house, your neighbors get a little bit, that's kind of weird.
That is kind of weird.
Yes. Okay, so that's my turn for that.
Okay, Bob.
Okay, so I'm taking my caretaker who can't do much else besides do estate affairs, so moving to estate affairs and then collecting $1.
So you have a choice when you go to State Affairs. You can pick up 3 cards, discard 2, keep 1, or you can just get yourself $1.
I buy that for $1.
How about
You good?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know what to do. I'm going to send my spouse person someplace to do something. I'll go there. Get an animal. Moo cow. No, that's a horse.
It's a horse.
Go, Jay.
I can't do it the iPass. All my workers have been
I passed
placed.
too. Oh, that's per generation. I thought that would mean next generation.
We're in a generation now. So you can use
Oh,
it
okay.
now.
So I guess I can add a servant. I will add a servant.
Oh, for free?
No, it'll cost him money.
Okay.
But he gets to do it once per generation.
Well,
Does he have the money?
Huh? No, he doesn't even got to pay for it. He already paid for it. He
I
bought
already paid for it. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
and servants can go out.
Yes. If you use a servant if you use a servant inside the estate, a lot of times
You creep them out and they leave.
yeah, they get so
But you can send
horrified
them
as
out
to
there.
what you've had them do, they're out of play. But if you send them into town,
Send them in town, grab an animal.
Cost you $1. I'm already there.
Yep.
You get. It looks like a fox or something.
Oh,
What do the fox say?
That is a fox.
I pass.
I pass.
I pass.
All
See,
right.
see why that was so good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got an extra move.
Get an extra turn. So this. All right. Let's go through our end of round.
End of next round.
Yes. There's a procedure to go through at the end of each round. So
End round. Servants on insanity track and some state actions become lost. So you're good.
Oh, so
Return
you
up.
can send and put a servant on the insanity track.
Yeah, I don't know what would cause. Oh, right here. If you go this crazy, they leave.
Oh, servants. Okay, you're right.
Yeah. Return all pieces to your quarters. Going. Pass the star player clockwise. See, now you get to keep that guy as an extra action. This whole thing. Whole thing.
For generation.
Dude bought it and he just, good thing I'm
How do we
here.
get it? I want to get myself an extra
Right?
servant.
Right?
Jeez. Can never have enough servants.
And discard the bottom 2 upgrades. Slide down. Draw 2 more. Damn it. Bob can do this. All right, so the ones we drew. Scenic Overlook, which we already know what that does. And Formaldehyde. You may hold 1 additional completed experiment between generations. I don't got to tell you the value of that. That's
That was
really
the one
good.
I had
At
last
the end
time,
of the
so.
generation, we're going to lose like all of our stuff except for some clearly defined items. And when we lose all that stuff, part of those are the experiments. If you can keep an extra one, that's really powerful.
Yeah.
I find most of the estate ones are really good. I find normally I've run out of space to build them. And when you do run out of space, you can blow one up to swap
Oh,
out.
okay.
Something to keep in mind. All right, so we're entering round 2. Oh, thank you, Bob. Okay, click here to continue the next round. End of round. The early years of the first generation has ended. Perform all end of round actions, then perform all start of round actions for the middle years before continuing. Start of round. Everybody gains $3.
$3, Bob.
Oh.
$3 for you.
All right.
And I get 4 because I have gain an additional $1 at the start of each round. So I'm actually just going to cash this in for a $5. And next.
Finsky.
Oh, and we draw a card. Bob starts.
Oh, yeah, because I'm the first player now.
Oh,
I'll take a B.
what do you want, Jake?
I'm going to take a B if you can grab it for me, please. Thanks. Nice. Competitive game.
All right, moving on. Whole bunch story. Okay, so we went through the story to start the second round, and there's a piece of setup here. It says, each player pays $1 and gains a servant from their lost pile, placed in their quarters. So, would you like to pay it out? Of course you would, and I would, and you would.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to get changed.
Yeah, there you go, Mr. Change Boy. I'm going to get a 5. Smart guy. All right, there you go, Bob.
So,
My guy's got a shovel.
servant.
He's going to the cemetery.
He's got a shovel and get a bonus. Second round event, election season. Political pandering may require more than simple silver tongue and bright smile. Be sure to have some extra capital on hand as the need may arise. So
It's funny we're recording this like a couple of days before an election. Anyway, so it's thematically
I just went from a
accurate.
9 to 10 on theme.
Yeah.
So, pay to get into political office? Who would have heard of such a thing? All right, so Bobby first.
All right.
He's all set.
Take my main guy, perform an experiment. Divining from the tarot, it will cost 1 coffin. Done. Your turn.
Oh, I hadn't even planned it.
Is there any other cost for that? Or did you get anything for that?
Yeah, he gets
Oh, yeah.
I get
One insanity.
What he gets is he's not paying attention.
And
so,
2, yeah, I do.
All right, so you get that. 2 occult, please. You draw one of them little purpley cards right there.
That's right.
Is your occult knowledge there, Bob?
There you go. I should have snagged. I could easily put that down and take something back.
Yeah, I guess the coffin's not just a coffin. It is a body.
It is a body.
Oh, yeah, it's a body. Yeah.
Now, can the spouse perform an experiment by herself, or does you have...
The spouse can only go to town. If you send
That's
the
right,
spouse
that's
to
right.
perform an experiment, she dies.
They're treated like a servant. And they
Yeah.
You have to send her with a servant as well.
Got it. Oh, you do?
You need 2.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, no thanks.
So I don't think you want to vent all of your people on the first turn.
Bob, you did this experiment. How many victory points?
Oh, 1. Give him 1. Give the man 1.
Nope.
Or knock all the other stuff over.
Yep.
I'm going to let you guys bribe the officials.
So do we have to?
It says might, you know.
Because you said you weren't going to do it. You're going to wait for us to do it.
I'm going to let you guys handle it.
Well, okay.
I am going to send the wife to the building office, and I'm going to buy private study. Counts as a C-level experiment.
Nice.
And I just brought into play Modern Art Gallery, which is after completing an A or B, regain 1 sanity. That's nice.
Oh. Now you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send my me to there. What place is it? Traveling care.
Gypsies.
Yeah. And it looks like I get an occult.
Yep, and you get creepy.
Yes. Let's see. Since I can do this, I can do 2 because it's
You get 2 occults.
Yes, but do I
You don't send
advance
the
2
colony
creepy?
No.
Okay. Okay, that's my toin.
Go, Bob. Too slow.
Because Jason already had
Wait
someone
to
in the
collect a potion.
Jason already had someone in the
Or
building
chemical.
spot. I could have went there, but I would have had to pay $1
Not with your guy.
to do it. Oh yeah, but I needed him to go there because I wanted the 2 occult. So
Okay, fine. Jesus, my turn already. I'm going to send my caretaker here and increase an occult. And it makes me creepy. Amongst other things. Go, Jake.
I'm going to send my caretaker to perform an experiment for me, and he will be performing human vivisection. Oh, this is great. The screams of the subject can be muffled, but it is helpful to avoid chemical sedation to test nerve function. Geez, no wonder these townspeople aren't digging us.
A caretaker doesn't need an additional for the experiment? Okay. Just
Okay, so
servants.
this costs me a body, and it costs me 2 occult knowledges. But what I gain is a green biology, and I also gain a closer relationship with the angry
mob
mob.
the first time.
Yes. Now, because I was spent those occult, does anything bad happen or not in that case?
Did you use them as wild?
No, I didn't. I
Then
used them as okay. Sometimes if you use an occult as a wild, you have to pick up a card that can be an encumbrance.
Makes you crazy.
Oh, it makes you crazy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Which could be an encumbrance.
Which makes you pick up a card. Which is you good?
Yes, I'm good. I'm going to move up my 6 victory points though.
Go, Bob.
I'm going to go to the cemetery.
Is that a stretch for you to reach?
The servant. So I collect 1 body and 1 insanity and 1 mob.
Oh, man. The mob's closing in. And you're creepy. Grab your purple card.
And the body. But this one says collect the body, 2 victory points.
All right, I'm going to send him over here and grab a gear. And when I grab a gear, I finish this. 2 victory points, please. Oh, Bob also finished his, so Bob gets 2. Go, Jake.
Yeah. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send my spouse up to the building place. I'm going to buy that 3.
Cost you an extra $1.
Yep.
What are you buying?
The one that's worth 3 at the top there.
Modern
It's only
Art
what I can
Gallery.
afford.
After completing an A or B experiment, regain a sanity. but that makes you creepy.
Yes.
Get him, Bob! Bob! New one. Hedge Maze. Gain 1 VP at the end of each round.
That's a good one.
Okay, you done?
Yes.
Go, Bob.
Move my caretaker to perform an experiment. I've got 1A, a gear, an animal, and 2 occult.
Is that an A experiment or a B
That's a
experiment?
B.
B
I was
experiment.
going to say.
My dubious bartering says gain a heart token when completing a... That's not a biology one. Never mind. But I have a... must complete a B-level experiment. Collect 2 VP.
Why do you keep saying experiment like it's a gum?
Experiment. Mint. Experiment. Got it.
Experiment.
I'm done.
That's not experiment, it's experiment.
Experimente.
That's crazy. You good? All right. I'll go here. I'm going to draw a card. So I get to draw 3 cards. I get to keep 1.
Oh, sorry. By completing that one, I also got 2 occult.
Oh, I believe you said you were done.
Okay, I'm done.
Can you grab them too? That way I don't got to listen to us crying. Keep that one. These go at the bottom.
Okay. Where do I want to send my... I don't really have very many places to send. I think I'm going to send my
I can tell you where to
servant. Well, I think I'm going to go to the church. And I have no money, but I can still get 1 heart just for being there.
Says who?
Oh, it doesn't say on there.
No, man, you got to buy them.
Zero-
Oh, no, you can't
zero-
donate 0 and you get 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just by showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my turn.
E. Sending my servant to
Any animal?
farmer's market. Yeah, I guess any animal. Doesn't matter.
Let's not get that choosy.
Okay.
There's an elephant.
So
There's
you
a
have-
fox.
I gave you a basilisk.
You done?
Yes.
I pass.
I can't do anything. I pass.
Cool.
I pass.
Okay. All right. Next round.
E's next.
All right. Here we go. End of round. Servants on the insanity track and some estate actions are lost. Return all your pieces to your quarters.
When does the servant get onto the insanity
It
track?
doesn't. They get lost if you go crazy enough.
Oh, okay.
Pass the start player. Give me the token. The first player token. I don't know why it's called the start player token. It should be called the first player token. But beside the point. Discard the bottom 2 upgrades.
That's right, because it does say first player right on it.
Yeah. Put out new ones. Zoo of Curiosities. You may hold 3 experiments in your hand between generations.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Clean Ledger. Gain $1. At the start of each generation, gain $2. And it's free. Costs $0. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Click here at the end of the round for special event. Okay, did we finish anything? We finished everything. We're not at the start of the round yet, so I got to click here at the end of the round. I've clicked here. There we go. End of round. Middle years. Perform all end of round actions done, then perform all start of round actions for late years. So we're going to move that to late years. I'm going to set this right down here, and we'll perform all start round. So give me $3, please. And thank you.
There's 3 for you,
Thank you.
3 for Bob, and then 4 for me because of my secret entrance.
Mm-hmm. And draw a card from any available deck. I'm going to take an A. Three.
I think I'm going to take an 8.
Yep.
Oh, that messed me up. My turn's got to change now. We'll get to that. Oh, I'm the first player. We're going to get to that quick. All right. So, there's a bunch of story here. So, take your money in your hand. Place the amount you wish to bid on winning the election. Oh, some of these hit closer to home than others. Okay, you take the money you want to bid into your right hand. Did you really just put your change back there?
Do you know exactly how much I had, though?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And you know how badly I really want this. No.
Everyone ready?
1, 2, 3, bid.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Bob wins.
I gotta spend that, right?
Wait, yeah, you're gonna have to.
Yeah.
The player that bid the most wins the election. If there's a tie, the player who wins last turn. Which person was elected mayor? King Bob!
Angry Bob.
Bob receives 3 victory points immediately. 1, 2, 3. Then they receive the commemorative mayoral coin from the box. And finally, they choose if they would like to build a bank or a library. Which building would you like to build?
Library.
Bank. All right, here's some story.
Okay, so the story stuff that we skipped over, it's gains us all a servant.
Yep.
Bookstore or library?
Library.
I don't see a library.
Turn to page 3 of the Vintage Chronicle. It might not be in there.
Oh.
It might be
It might
just
be
on page 3.
3. Yeah,
Oh,
maybe
okay.
page 2 has the bank, and then
So was I not supposed to see any of that stuff then?
No, it's
Yeah.
no worries.
Oh, okay.
I can hit you in the head till you forget. All right. So here we go. Page 3. There is now a library in play. Library.
oh, you go to the library, you gain one of those.
One of your choice.
Oh, nice.
A new library has been built in town. For each visit to the library, gain 1 knowledge of your choice, not occult. And you also gain 1 creepy. Why are you creepy for going to a library?
It's just that kind of
It's that kind of town.
Nerd. Yeah. Knowledge is frowned upon.
I hate to think what state this exists in.
Yeah.
So, anyway. All right, so I am now first player. We are now in round 3, so the final round for this generation, which, just to remind you guys, you're going to lose like everything at the end of the thing. And I don't know what you have going on here. You see, my incomplete experiments, I keep them face down. I don't know what you're doing. I don't.
You're not supposed to know what I'm doing. It's a competitive
killing me.
game.
You're
You're
killing
not
me.
supposed to know what I'm doing.
So, did I get any? I didn't get anything right away. That was only if I built the bank. That's right.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so the library being in play kind of switches up once again my strategy. I'm going to send my main dude right to the library. I'm going to grab 2 greens, please.
2?
I'm kidding myself. Go ahead, Jake. Yeah, 2. It's my guy.
Oh, that's right. Yep, yep. Yep, yep.
Yep, 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 yep.
I'm going to send my me over to the building place. And I want to, so I can do 2 things. I'm going to get that free building that's up there.
Cost you $1.
Yes. And I'm going to, what's the new one?
Kennel. Gain 1 animal. And at the start of each generation, gain 2 animals.
I think I'm going to, so hedge maze and zoo, what's the hedge maze again?
Edgemane says, get better glasses.
Hmm.
This is gain 1 VP at the end of each round.
I'm going to buy that hedge maze.
Cost you 3.
Yep. And gives me a creepy.
Okay. You are no longer permitted in town.
Because I've
But
met
you
with
did
an
hit that
angry
thing.
mob, yes.
Please click on the name of the scientist to reach space 4. That would be J. Carefully hand the storybook device to Jay and do not allow other players to see it. All right, here we go. Okay, so the thing wanted Jay to do something very specific. It gave him a choice. Since he hit that level of creepiness, congratulations.
Yay.
Since you hit that level of creepiness, it gave him a choice. Now, what I've noticed about the choices in this game is they tend to come back. And so it's like, hey, make a deal with these shadowy figures. And then later on, the bill always comes due.
The devil gets his due.
So we don't know what he did. It was kept perfectly secret from us. Good for you. Bob's your uncle. Anyway.
All right, so
That was you. That was
yeah,
your turn?
that was my turn. Yeah, because
Your
I
turn.
bought the 2 things, and that was the ramifications.
Your turn.
I am sending my spouse in to
Cost you $1.
cost me $1. And then buy the Zoo of Curiosities.
Why can't he just give them to me? Thank you. You belong in a zoo of curiosity.
Yeah.
All right, good one. Secret entrance. Gain an additional $1 at the start of each turn or at each round. Should just continue with what I was doing, right? Right. Okay, I am going to send my caretaker to perform an experiment. I am going to do human to animal skin grafting. It costs me an animal. It costs me a coffin. It costs me 2 greens. It gets me 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here, I'll let you put all that stuff away. I also get that. And I lose just a little bit of sanity. Because what can you do? Okay, by the way, when you draw these, if you just finish the stuff, you don't get it. You have to complete it in the future. You can't say, oh, I just did that, haha. No, don't work that way.
Gotcha.
Okay, and then I gain a heart when completing a B-level experiment. Gimme. Thank you. And I have knocked all of my things over. Because, of course,
Easily
I
done.
did. All right. That would be my turn.
Okay, for my turn, I'm going. Now, we are in the late part, so at the end of this round, we're going to lose all of our
Probably.
servants. Okay, so then in that case, I'm going to send one of my servants to record knowledge. And to record knowledge, I'm going to spend a blue to gain a permanent blue under chemistry. And that means that I have gain a heart token when recording knowledge. So I'm going to grab my heart token.
That's a good one.
And does this card go away then? Yeah.
No. Does it say that goes away?
Oh, so every time I record knowledge, I get a heart token. Nice. And that's the end of my turn because I moved my person.
Okay, Bob.
All right, so I'm going to move my main guy to complete an experiment.
He said it again.
Experiment.
Experiment.
Experiment. It costs 1 animal and 1
I could go for some
Cog.
experiment.
Yeah.
that gets me 2 green and 1 yellow. 2 green, 1 yellow.
Who's the loudest person getting on our case when we're not ready to take our turn? But yet, every time we're trying to think about it.
Because every time we make a turn, he's got to change his strategy.
Yeah.
2 green, 1
Okay,
yellow.
I will not focus on my turn. I will do the last thing he said to do. Wait till that
I'm
changes.
not hassling anyway. I'm hassling you for not managing the supply.
I'm trying to
more
figure out
green.
my next turn because you're
One more
hassling me every time it goes in my turn.
I also get a heart for completing a biology experiment.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, here it is. I'm definitely out of reach of everyone else.
Schmuck.
I'm done.
Okay. I am going to send. I'm going to send these 2 guys. Hey, I need you to go and sacrifice yourself for the team. I'm going to do an experiment, which is going to cost me a coffin, it's going to cost me an occult, which I'll use from here, an occult, which I'll use the cube. And I need an A, which I have. So I've completed another B level experiment, which gets me another heart. And gets me a coffin. And gets me 4 points. You go.
I have no idea what I want to do. Because I was doing all your guys' tasks before. All right.
Oh, it's painful.
I'm going to send this person over to here and gain a gear.
Of course, we're going to watch this back later and be like, if you weren't rushing me, I would have made a more intelligent move.
All right, your turn, Bob.
Caretaker to record knowledge. I'll record 1 yellow.
I'm going to send my spouse to the church and donate 2 coins. 3 hearts.
3 hearts? Yeah. I'm going to send this servant to...
Animal?
Yep, animal place and get myself an animal. Elephant. Shark is in there. It's a wide assortment of animals there.
I'm sorry, we have to do something. When I spent my occult as wild, I'm supposed to go here, and when I go here, I click that.
Oh,
So
I mean, that
it's
takes
no
my
big
turn.
deal. It's no big deal.
Okay.
But I will have to do
Make
this
your
really.
choice.
There's going to be a choice involved. Yeah, I do get $1, and I get 2 knowledge of my choosing, and I get to discard this. The knowledge won't matter. I have no turns remaining. Give me 2 blue.
Okay. Boy, that going insane is awesome. Every time someone goes insane, they get good stuff.
Okay, and you took your turn, so it's Bob's turn.
Yep.
Gonna record some knowledge. Do a green. Ah!
Yeah, those things need to be...
That's the
yeah.
one thing that makes me crazy about the pieces in this game is what just happened to Bob. I pass.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to send my caretaker down here to perform an experiment, and we're going to create some steam propulsion, which costs me gear, an animal, and, well, it doesn't really matter, but I get 2 green and a yellow from that.
Yeah, sadly, finishing those is nice,
Yeah.
but
But
ultimately...
it did give me 3 victory points.
I did.
So.
I already increased you 2.
Cool.
I just noticed the name of this card. Reverse fire extinguisher. Flamethrower.
That's a flamethrower. Which is proof that someone once said, I'd really like to set that guy on fire, but
Way
it
over
just
there.
won't let me close enough.
All right. That's it for my turn.
I know.
So it's my turn.
Yes. You knew it was your turn.
Take that guy. Record 1 occult.
That's creepy.
Yeah,
I pass.
I pass.
I pass.
End of generation.
Woo!
Yeah.
Quick here. And end of round. The late years of the first generation has ended. Perform any end of round actions before continuing. End of round. Servants on insanity track and some state actions are lost. Bloink. Bloink.
Like, I guess if I kept them in the quarters, they could have gone over to the
Or if you
next
put them in
generation.
town.
They won't. You'll end up losing them.
Yeah.
Take all your pieces, put them back in your quarters.
Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. So my servant that was out in town is lost.
Probably. Put them back in your quarters for now.
Okay.
Pass the coin. Discard the bottom 2 upgrades. Goink. De-goink. This is Hedge Maze, gain 1 VP. Kennel, gain 1 animal. And then 1 animal, or 2 animals. Blah. It's third generation, gain 2 animals. Alright. So we've done all the end of round stuff. Next generation. Count up all the heart tokens collected by all players. Please enter the number here. All by all players. Bob with 1. Me with 5.
2.
All right, so you had 2.
Yep.
You had 1. I have 5.
I believe that's 8.
I believe you're right. Now count up the heart tokens collected by each individual player. Player with the most tokens gets 5 flings. That's me.
5.
5.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm winning. All tied players would gain the same amount, but there's no tie.
No.
Player with the most tokens will keep one of their quarters and return all of their tokens to the box. Will keep 1 heart in their quarters. That makes sense.
The winner
Okay.
does. Yep.
The winner does. All others return to the box. So I'm getting some extra lifelong high five from the church here.
Yeah.
End of generation. Remove all player pieces from the board and perform end of generation. Return all dubious bartering cards to the box.
Ooh.
Return all remaining book thing tokens.
Okay, so we finished the first generation. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do all of our end of round stuff that it takes us
End of
through.
generation stuff.
And end of generation stuff. And just get ourselves all set for the beginning of the next generation, which will be in the next video. So if you enjoyed this, if you're enjoying this so far, go ahead and hit that subscribe button or give us a like, and we'll see you in the next video.